I feel here ringing? It's like ringing. Okay. All right. Small gap up on SPY here. Right. Where is that? It's like here to there. Oops. Okay. So this is a little gap up, tiny gap up. Could be a nice little gap fill play. I'm gonna see here on the 15 minute. We got, let me take this off. We got pre-market high up here. And then we got, pre-market low, I guess we can call it. Or overnight low right there. So watching that. And then watching ES on this screen. So I'm gonna see the first 5 minute candle. Also gonna be looking for the opening range at 10. So I'm gonna really like pace myself today. As far as the 2K account is, I took 3 trades yesterday. And one of them was off camera. So I broke a rule and I made a mistake. But I had taken 2 trades on stream yesterday. I got stopped out on both of them, and at the end of that, I was down like $115, right? I took another trade like later in the day because I like FOMO'd and was like watching the charts, and I lost that one too. So I paid the price, every time you make a mistake, you learn a lesson, but you don't want to keep learning the same lessons or you're not learning them. So, yeah. So now we're at 1900, which is like fine. It's whatever. We'll get back up there to 2K, no problem. The market looks like it's bullish again. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, if you look at the daily, we broke this daily trend, had a huge gap up, and we just have been having like big green days the past couple of days. So yesterday we had literally an all-day type of run. I don't really know what to expect today. It's looking like we're probably going to touch 690 here on SPY, this blue level I have up here, which is like astonishing, bro. Like we are almost back at all-time highs up here at 697. So, I mean, it's not far at this point. Which is crazy. Like we really literally bounced around from 620 all the way back up to damn near 690 in a matter of like, what, a couple of days, maybe a few days, a week, like 3 weeks, yeah, which is pretty wild. But yeah, so market looking bullish again. I don't know why I kept trying to short yesterday. I guess I was stuck in my way as being a rookie. But anyways, we're gonna be patient today and see what setup presents itself. So the 5 minute is closing here in the next 15 seconds. We're gonna draw that up. Oh, I don't know if I was supposed to do that, but whatever. All right, well, there's the first 5 minute. We're breaking above it. Okay. Breaking above that 5 minute. We're gonna go ahead and draw this out. Oh, it's pushing. was news that came out this morning. I guess the news came out good. Okay, so there's a break of the 5-minute high. Let's see if it retests the 5-minute high right there on this 1-minute candle. I'm gonna draw it over here on SPY too, just because I like to look at both of them. So we just hit pre-market high there. Oh wow, SoFi is ripping. That's nice. Finally, get my bread back. Okay, so I mean we're staying above this 5-minute high, and we're above pre-market high also, which is right here. Man, what a rocket! So yeah, I mean, like I said, it looks like we're gonna get 690 today here on SPY. So, I mean, I didn't really get the retest of the 5-minute like I wanted to, so I don't really know. I'm just gonna give it a minute. Okay, well, here on ES we have a weekly level here, so it's about to touch it. Yeah, so it did break the 5-minute high, but it didn't give a clean retest. I want to see it actually touch it and then hold it as support. So that's what I'm potentially looking for here. We broke above it and just kind of stayed above it and kept pushing, but I want to see a clean like retest, like what we might see now, like a nice little sell right into touching it, holds it, and then back up for new highs possibly. Yeah, we may not get that though, to be honest. Okay, so just waiting. I mean, price is just overly bullish now, like out of nowhere, which is like, I don't know. I kind of just find it hard to buy into. So I'm just being patient. Yeah, there we go. Just gonna keep going here. think SPY probably gets to 689.8 before we actually see a rejection here. But let me stop trying to short this market because clearly we're going up right now. So I shouldn't have a bearish bias. We have a 5-minute FVG that looks like it's forming here. So I'm gonna draw this out, this little thing. And let's see how price reacts. I mean, it's not really an FVG yet until that 5-minute candle closes. So we have to see because it could come back down, wick into it. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so there's the weekly level on ES, but we gotta see how we're on SPY. Wow, man. I like really wish I was just aggressive enough to just like jump in. Like this is so easy money. It's clearly just it's running up. And I wish I would have just like hopped in early, but it's like not within the rules I trade. So that's okay. It's okay. I'm not hating. Okay, well, at this point, it's about to touch 690. This could get to 695. If we get to 695 or all-time high today, like, I would be amazed. That would be something. That would be something. Get rid of that trend line there. And just draw some little mini resistance levels up here. That could be targets. Wow, man. I wish I would have just jumped in. So 691 is like the next level, then 694, 695. Okay. Is my camera on? I think it is. Yeah. Can I wish I could move this. Oh, there it goes. Cool. All right. So we do have like a 5-minute FVG right here. I don't know if we're gonna come back down to it. Every time like they try to sell it off, it just rips back up. Market's bullish again. Just gotta buy a red candle, like that one. I'm actually gonna get rid of that. It's a big 15-minute candle. Whoa. What do you consider this? Like, okay, so SPY hitting that blue level, getting a little rejection there. So I think seeing that the market is bullish, like that kind of rules out whether I'm gonna go short or long. I'm more likely just gonna be looking to go long on a pullback because it just seems easier to get long right now than it does to go short. So let's see, maybe we'll retest this weekly level, hold that, and then keep it pushing. But I really want to see it come back down more to like retest the 5-minute orb or this FVG. So we'll see if we can get that. That was pretty high volume on this push, so I feel like that's a valid bullish sentiment. It's just like, damn, bro, like the last couple of days have been crazy. If I don't get the 5-minute setup that I'm looking for off of the orb, I'm really gonna just wait for the 1.5 opening range to set at 10 a.m. Central Time. I just feel like that offers really, really good setups. Yesterday offered a great setup. The day prior to that on Friday offered a great setup. So I like that. But ooh, I like this touch of this weekly level here. Right on that. And on here. That looks clean. I think I want to go long off of that. I just drew it out to see. The way the candle closed, I like. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten yet. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna. I think I'm gonna go grab a banana. Give me 1 second. Okay, banana acquired. Pause on this. All right. not. I want to go long, but like, yep, just being patient. Feel free to talk to me in the chat. Ask me any questions. Okay. I think this 1 minute is the low volume test. And now it's gonna push higher. But it's just like, where are we going? What's next? Okay. I see this. I see that. Okay. Okay, so clearly there's some consolidation going on up here. Some buying, some selling. But we're not really going anywhere. We're kind of sticky right now. We did just have a huge push. So this could be like a flag consolidating for the next leg up. Or we could get like a little pullback. Market's always changing. So looking over here on SPY, we got to this blue level, which is a daily level. Anything that's blue is a daily level. If it's like green, like this one, it's like a weekly level. So SPY is clearly having some trouble holding and getting over that right now. I mean, SPY and ES, they're like the same, but some things are a little different because like futures trades 23 hours out of the day, and SPY is like after 3 p.m. Central Time, the market closes, and it's like after hours, overnight, and all that stuff. So I don't know. Sometimes they just look a little different, and they offer like different data, different levels. So that's why I keep both up. And I used to trade options on SPY, so I've just been learning as I've been trading futures. You know, being better about putting a stop and a TP. Because with options, that's like a little more hard to do unless you just know the dollar amount that you're willing to risk. So I guess you can do it that way. But options, like throughout the day, there's a ton of variables that affect the price of the contract, and it depreciates. So, what's going on?
What up, player?
How's it doing?
Good.
You done for the day?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good day?
Yeah. Traded traded Meta and Microsoft.
Fire.
Yeah, it was fire. Microsoft, I literally took to the upside. I just took like the $75 on one contract play. Like, I had it all played out on my screen, but I was like, I'm just gonna take the $75 And as soon as I did, it started chopping around, and I was like, "Yep." That's why you take what the market gives you.
Exactly.
Right then.
Exactly.
You can always get the fuck back in.
Mm-hmm.
If you're sitting in some chop, you're missing out on a better trade that's happening right. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So I was like, "Fuck yeah."
Yeah.
And then fucking Meta ripped. I had such a badass fucking RR. It's like a 12R trade. Bro.
I saw it was it hit like 650 or something like that.
And like I had a super tight stop and a super big fucking TP, and like bro, I didn't even let it go all the way with my TP. It was just ripping. And I was like, fuck, dude, I'm just gonna take it. You know, like until I'm in 10 bands and in my shit, like I'm gonna take what the market gives me. You know what I mean? Like I ain't. But so I took that shit, and then I was like, all right, it's overextended. All right, I'm gonna wait a second. All right, I see the exhaustion. All right, sniped a little short real quick on 1 minute candle. Fucking took another $100.
Nice.
Let's go.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah. So.
That's what's up. Yeah, I missed the initial pump on SPY here, so now it's like chopping at day high, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give this a second.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah. Yep. Ever since he's called that ceasefire and shit, the market just went bullish again.
Yeah.
So we're like not far from all-time highs at this point.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. Yesterday I tried to go short like 2 or 3 times, and I was like, okay, the market's bullish. Like, why am I shorting?
Right.
Let's talk about it. So.
Yeah, good ass trade. Dude, I think we gotta get an extender.
The extender? Yeah. I'll look today at some of them.
Yeah, I'll throw some bread at it if you get a good one.
Yeah, I'll look on Amazon or something, or
and then
you can check out.
Like, I ain't gonna be able to do the YouTube live until that, cause my shit's already like frozen and laggy.
Yeah.
I'm looking like a robot.
Yeah, I'm streaming it right now, and mine's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also have the direct Ethernet because I'm like to the router, so that's why it's always gonna be good.
And you got a bigger computer too, like more power,
more specs.
Yeah. Better macros.
But yeah, did a 5-mile run this morning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, probably get another workout in later.
Is it supposed to rain today?
Is it?
I'm about to check. No, it just says cloudy. It says 35%, maybe later, but it should be fine. I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, consolidating here at the high. It looks like we're trying to form a base here. So we've got, this little support. Kind of like a flag. It literally looks like a flag. So what we would probably want to see here is a break of this downward trend, because we're making like lower high. You don't see a break of this, maybe a retest, or just a break of these highs, break and a retest, and then a continuation for the higher push. One thing I am noticing is the low volume here on the 5-minute. Usually when they're low volume selling, that means there's like some buying going on. So that being said, I'm still gonna just be waiting. But yeah, it's definitely consolidating and putting in a support here, because it is not breaking below this area. But we'll see. That could change very fast. But if I'm definitely leaning towards getting long here soon. She's looking like a little flag. Even let's go look at the 15-minute over here. Yeah, so even on SPY, like that was a low volume pullback candle on the 15-minute. And then if we look at it on the 5, look at how low this is on this sell-off. I think that's a tell. That's very telling. We got a nice volume on these big 3 white candles, low volume on these little pullback candles. So all we can do is wait and see, man. We gotta just stick to the plan and not be hasty, not get too crazy. So it looks like it might go for the break here. That was high volume there. I think I'm interested. Is there any other news coming out today? Is there any other news coming out today? I don't know. I didn't check. Let's see. I mean, I know there's PPI this morning. Okay, it actually came out red. Numbers come out red, market goes up. Numbers come out green, market goes down. News at 10:15. What news? Oh, it's like a FOMC guy speaking. I mean, they're yellow folders. I don't really pay attention to the yellow folders, but there is a bunch of like FOMC guys like speaking today. But like, unless it's Jerome Powell, I ain't really worried about it. Okay, so breaking this little flag to the upside on high volume. We had this one, and then we have like a doji candle, and now we have this third one. So let's see if this third one can close over here. But still this overhead resistance near day high. So I'm just weighing out my options. I really do like that we have put in this support. Like, this is a clear base, clear support area. We just broke this trend. So let's see. If I would probably, obviously my stop would hard stop below this support level, because that's just very clear, obvious. Retest this trend line here maybe. And 2 to 1. Oh my, that looks very enticing. Oh man, that looks so enticing. Like, I want to get in. I should have just got in on this little wick down here. I think if it closed over it, I think it's definitely gonna go. It's not really within my strategy, but this is why I like watching charts. Like, sometimes I just like to watch, and I think that this is a trade that is going to play out. This 2 to 1 right here, but I don't know. And then looking at SPY here on the 15-minute, we still haven't gotten over this daily level that I have here. Still struggling. So I'm glad that I'm really just waiting and being patient and waiting for some type of confirmation, because look, like, I would have been all excited and, oh, this looks good, and I would have got in there, and I'd be silent right now. I'd be like, bruh, the market hates me. When really it doesn't. The market doesn't care about what I think. It does what it does, whether I'm in or out. And sometimes that's what you have to remind yourself. Like, the market's going to do what the market's going to do, whether you're in the trade or out of the trade. But sometimes it definitely does feel like it's doing whatever it's doing because you're in the trade. But that's besides the point. Okay, I like that hammer candle. Low volume. High volume on the break, low volume pullback. Let's look at the 5. 5-minute. Low volume pullback. High volume on that break candle. We just... so indecisive, bro. It's like up or down, up or down. What do you want to do today? Honestly, okay, I'm gonna... I don't know. I like that hammer candle, though. Low volume test. It's definitely sticky right here, but I think it does want to go. I'm gonna do, bro. I think I'm gonna do it. I'm not getting in where I should have been. I should have been getting in there. So honestly, my risk will move up here. I'll stop out below that low. Oh. Okay, still no entry, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna just wait. It's at the highs. It's at the highs right here. I'm gonna be sick when there's just like an explosion candle. Okay. There it is. Oh my goodness. Fuck my life. This is what hesitation does to you. But it's okay. Okay, so there's a break of the high on high volume. I like that. Don't put your hand on the mouse unless you're ready to enter. That's what I'm... Oh man. Man, oh man. This is why like trading the open is sometimes a play, because then you just get caught in the stickiness, but it's okay. Like I missed money is better than lost money. And I'll stand on that. I'll die on that hill. And this one is gonna go. Damn, it's always the ones that I chicken out on. Okay, so SPY over here, finally breaking over that daily level. That's good. Still about 5 minutes left. Well, a little more than 5 minutes left in that candle, so it's fine. Yeah. This was a good tell though, where I saw the low volume, low volume pullback right onto the trend line. Like that was a good tell. I should have entered here. Man, oh man. All right, well now it's too far gone. Like I can't do it here. So if you're watching and you thought that was also a good setup and you took it, even though I didn't, shout out to you. I would love to hear that people take my trades, even though I'm too chicken to take my trades sometimes and make money on them. Okay, well, yeah, increasing volume here on this push. Love to see it.
I'm gonna shut this just because it's humid outside.
Yeah.
Leo, Phoebe, come inside.
Push show.
Come on. Come on. There's little birds on the garden.
Are they? Nice. Probably eating all the bad insects, hopefully. I think while it's dry today, before it rains, I might try to get some work done on that bed.
Yeah, me and Justin can help you. That's a good day to do that.
Yeah,
So we're going to go to the grocery store at like 10:30 to get some meal prep stuff. We're gonna make a bunch of burritos. After that, bro, we'll meal prep, eat. We'll make some burritos for you too and stuff, and then we can get after it.
All right, for show. All right, well, awesome trade that I did not take. Love to see it. But like, let's just talk about it, right? Like, let's talk about how I was vocalizing and seeing what I was seeing, right? So I like to use volume down here, volume price analysis, VPA, that's what they call it, and just support and resistance. So we had this huge run up. I didn't trade any of it. Then we started consolidating, and just notice how on these red candles that have like long wicks from the bottom, obviously that means buyers are present, and we have low volume. So low volume selling means that buyers are present. You know what I'm saying? We're holding the support. As this was all happening, and you know, people who are watching this, like y'all literally saw this trade just play out live. I didn't take it. That sucks. I would have made what I lost back yesterday. I would have made what I lost yesterday back. Easy money. Or I could have sized up on this because this was just looking very, very juicy. But I just hesitated because the market just be being the market sometimes, and you just never know. So, but I loved that I waited. I drew this trend line. We got a break on high volume, right? Higher than this low volume. I wouldn't say this is high volume. This is like average volume, but it's higher than the low volume selling that we were seeing. So I saw that we got a break on high volume, and then immediately right after this high volume break, we see two small red candles with low volume. That's what we want to see. So that was why I could have either been aggressive and entered at the touch of the trend line with the stop below here. That was an amazing RR. Or I could have done what I was about to do, which is waited for this candle to close above it and then enter. And I would have literally caught this 2-to-1. It's like right there. And so that was the tell right there, right? Low volume, especially if it's a hammer candle. If it's a hammer candle like that and it's on low volume like this, that is an easy tell that like the insiders or the big money is like, okay, anybody who had a stop around here or whatever, like we just grabbed that liquidity real quick. Low volume test. That's what they call that. Low volume test. And then the next candle, phew. And then just notice how on this push, we're seeing increased volume, higher than all these selling candles. So excellent trade. Sucks I didn't take it, but I'll go back and say it again. Like, missed money is better than lost money. So at this point, it's 9:12. About 45 minutes until the actual opening range, 1.5 opening range. That's what I'm calling. I'm trademarking that. 1.5 opening range. So still like 45 minutes until that sets. And then once that does set, I'll probably look for a setup. One thing I want to talk about too, right? So I want to touch on this. This is SPY, right? I just moved my thing over to SPY. What I've noticed is that, okay, so opening range sets at 10 a.m. So right here, this is the closing 10 a.m. candle. And what I've been noticing as I've been backtesting this strategy is sometimes like knowing that the high or the low of the day is set at 10 a.m. We could have honestly shorted this right here because like there's a pretty high chance that this was going to be the high of the day, which for the short period of time it was. And I mean, this wouldn't have been a great trade because it was very, very choppy. So the real good setup here was the break and the retest of the opening range, the 1.5 opening range. But yeah, anyways, let's go back over here. TP hit. If you got a piece of that, love that. I didn't. Sucks. But it's cool. Like, we know that our analysis was right. And so even on the 5-minute, it looks pretty clean too. Like, you have these low volume sell candles, and then you have this one higher than these last two sell candles, and it closes above that one, and we would have caught that whole thing. Damn. Now I'm FOMOing. Now I'm like, damn, because now I'm gonna sit here and wait, and I'm gonna see something. Well, no, I'm not gonna do this. This is not what I'm gonna do. But like, what's happened in the past is like, this will happen. I'll call out like a A1, A+ setup, not take it, and then like I'll wait, and then I think that there's another like A+, A1 setup, and I'll take that one, and then it never ever plays out as beautifully as this one has. So there's always that. But every trade is different. You can't let like the past trades and past mistakes like affect your trading. So man, it would have been so nice to be in that though, honestly. Recording myself live is helping me vocalize my thoughts better and also not be pussy. But today I was still very pussy, so it's okay. Amazing trade though. I love that, like, so how I just read that, right? I'm about to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sponsored. I'm not a financial advisor. Let me make sure I make, oh wait, hold on. What's going on here? Shoot, it was just recording me. I'm not a financial advisor and I'm not sponsored by anybody, but BRB, check this. if you want to read volume, how I just read volume like that, and be able to see what's going on damn near before it happens. Like, I mean, if we go back in this VOD, I was pretty much calling this out as it was happening. And I was like, okay, well, this is looking like a low volume test. That's exactly what it was. But sometimes I didn't have the faith that that's what it was, because the market just has a tendency to just like, you get in and then it's like, actually, it's like, nah. But if you want to be able to read volume like this, like just look at how the volume's increasing on these push, and then you get these low volume on these pullback candles. Those are entries. Anyways, well, one, I need to start listening to myself and trusting that I know what I'm doing, because I think it's very obvious that I know something. I know a little bit of something. Anyways, go read this book, Volume Price Analysis. This is why I was able to just read see what I just saw, pretty much. This book right here, and it tells you all about stuff like this low volume test. Tells you about when you see consolidation in the markets, how to tell like what the insiders are doing. So that was what I did. I literally just told y'all what the insiders are doing, the big money. That's what they were doing. And this was like a flag, basically. I mean, I don't trade a whole bunch of patterns, but sometimes I do. But that's kind of what this was. We had this huge run up, consolidation, flag. So big money's basically getting assorted right here, and then they're ready to go. So anyways, I don't have anything else to say on that. I'm sick that I didn't make money today, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to keep saying that because I'm... But anyways, if we go and look at here at SPY, I was like looking at the charts and I'm like, yo, what's next? Like, where are we going? And so I just drew a couple levels from looking like on the daily, like, okay, where are we? And we're damn near back at the all-time highs. So we've got like this little high here, which is like 691.8. And then we've got over here 694, and then 695 is like the all-time high on paper, but like in the after hours it's made an all-time high at like 697, right below 700. So honestly, I think 700 is in the cards for April. We will see. Obviously things can be subject to change, and we have this huge gap still that I think needs to get filled at some point, but not all gaps get filled. So yeah, looking here on the 15-minute, might just have another pullback candle, kind of some like this one. But I don't know. Those are two like pretty big bullish 15 minutes. And then like volume price analysis again. Like, now this is like harder to tell because it's on the 15 minute, so you're not encapsulating like everything that's going on in the 5 and the 1. But that's kind of why I use all three. So I have like the 1 is like for my entries and like seeing what's going on down to like the macro, and then the 5 is like good confirmation. You know what I'm saying? Like if you see something that looks good on the 5, it's pretty convicting. And then the 15 is kind of where I guess you can kind of get your targets and like where you want to Let me see if I can find actually where it talks about this. So like something like this is like pretty much what happened today, where we have like, it was bullish though. This is that's a bearish one. So let me look for a bullish one right here. Okay, low volume test. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Right here. Shoot, I feel like a teacher right now. All right, kids, welcome to class. Today we're talking about low volume testing in the market. And so if you are looking here on the 1 minute, and this works for all time frames, but here on the 1 minute, we had this hammer candle low volume test. That's what that is. And so that's exactly what this is. You have increasing volume, and then you get like a long wick from the downside, but it gets bought up on low volume. That's a low volume test. That's what we call that. And so, yeah, just read this book. Honestly, just read. Reading's fundamental. So yeah, at this point now, obviously, I'm not gonna. My strategy is based around the 5 minute orb and the 1.5 opening range, but like I'm still a good trader and I still can recognize like good setups when I see them. And so this was one of those setups that I just saw, and I wish I had the balls to take it. But like I said, it just wasn't within the strategy that I'm focusing on right now, so I didn't. But I think once I develop more as a trader and can learn the do's and the don'ts and when to do and when to not do, I can take a setup like this. You know what I'm saying? Like this was an A1 setup for real, using support and resistance, trend lines, and volume price analysis. So, woo woo. Not gonna lie, if I wasn't live right now and I didn't like feel like I was having people watching me or like I was talking to an audience, I probably would have been FOMO'd in by now and like took a trade and like or like scalp this. But I'm not gonna do that. We're just gonna chill. Anyways, I'm gonna get this off my screen because it's making me mad. Let's see what happens here. So it looked like we got a little 1 minute double top action forming. And so let's talk about it. Like, let's know. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of some of these lines too because they're making it look a little cluttered on my screen. But so let's talk about what's going on up here. Like now we just ran up, and now it looks like it's gonna do another like little consolidation, and we'll probably get like an actual pullback now, back down. And you can see that here on the 1 minute we have all this high volume on this push, which validates price action. But then finally we get up to here, and it's met with the same caliber of volume. So that would be not a tell. Like you wouldn't just go short because that's like you saw, oh, high volume, like let's just go short. No, you don't want to do that. But that is just something to take note of. Like, okay, people are getting out up here, some people are selling up here. But it's looking like it's shaping up to be like another consolidation like this. But I don't know, I kind of like how it's like double topping here. We have this high and then this other high. I like to use the RSI sometimes, but I'm not trying to have like conflicting strategies. So like I'll have it there just for like sometimes it works better on like a higher time frame, but it's not always like right. Like just because we're overbought right now doesn't mean you should be looking to go short. I mean, there's a probability that it probably will come back down, but just because it's like, you know, basically I'm just saying like know when to use that and when to not use that. Self-awareness is like so big when you're trading. Oh man, yeah man, what a push, what a push. What's SoFi doing? Okay, honestly, like I kind of want to close my position on that hoe and start selling puts on what to call it. I wanted to sell puts on freaking silver because I like the way silver moves. But like every time now it's like so far gone. Silver's like all the way up at 70. I wouldn't even really be able to do it at the price that it's at now. So my money's kind of tied in SoFi right now. But like it's okay. My average, you want to know my average? I mean, earnings is coming up at the end of this month, so I'm probably gonna sell a call just to take advantage of that premium because the volatility and the implied volatility is gonna be higher. So I'll probably just close it before before their actual earnings report that day. But yeah, my average is somewhere around like 24. I think it's like 23.92 or something. So we have a lot of work to do. But it's okay. It's shares and it's in my IRA, so I'm really not even tripping. I've held through all of this BS. So like if I can hold losers this long, I should be able to start holding winners also. Otherwise, I'll never be profitable. So yeah. Let me see. NQ. Let's look at NQ. Let's go, let's see. I'm gonna go over here. So this is SPY, and then let's look at QQQ. Okay. This is where like the ICT guys come in because they're like, oh, this is SMT divergence. Because NQ is clearly still pushing here. But, oh well, yeah. Well, let's pull up NQ actually. Let's just pull up the actual MNQ. MNQ. Okay. MNQ is definitely still pushing here. And then if we go to MES, not really the same. Yeah, so I feel like MES is kind of lagging behind. And MNQ is kind of taking the lead today. But that could mean that there's some divergence there. So, wait, actually. Yeah, okay, so check that out. Okay, this is something where we can look at the RSI, right? So the RSI for MNQ, at least on the 5 minute, is like pretty much right. It's like rejecting that like overbought area, right? It's like pretty much at that area. Whereas MES is like already overbought. Like it's already overbought. So for me personally, I'd be pretty careful being long up here. Just because we just had like a run, a consolidation, a run, and now we're consolidating again. So it's like the likeliness of us like going higher is not impossible, but I just think the risk is a lot higher up here. Damn, bro, Meta is tweaking right now. I mean, it's looking like it's doing the same thing it was doing out here. So let's talk about it. Like, we obviously just put in a double bottom, like a base right there. And then we have day high right here. Actually, I'm going to do a trend line like how I did before. This is actually used to be one of my favorite patterns. It's called the W pattern, where we have like it's basically a double bottom. So it has like a swoop, and then we break and we retest and then we fly. That's like in a perfect world what would happen. And also whenever I see an invert hammer like this and then the following candle closes over it, like this is about to, that's like a pretty bullish tell. For real, I'm not gonna lie to you. So we'll see how this 5 minute closes over it in the next 20 seconds. And then maybe I'll fuck around and find out. Okay, so that 5 minute didn't really close over it, but it closed damn near pretty close. I like it. So I made it my ringtone because I like it. Well, I'm definitely not going to make the same mistake as yesterday where I tried to short a bullish market. That was not the play for sure. Okay, this is looking like another low volume test candle. Two to one. Okay, how far? Let's look at. Let me go to SPY back. Go to SPY. Like, where are we, SPY? Okay. 691.8 is like low key in the cards for today if it continues to do what it's been doing. See, but like, look, now we're looking on the 5 minute. We have high volume on these three pushing here. Then we get met with the same volume on a sell candle, but it's still holding up where it's at. It didn't close below that candle. And then we have a little bit of lower volume. So I feel like the buying is like, the buyers are like less interested up here, right? Like myself. I'm like less interested up here, but I think it could still work because I think it could still get up to the 691.8 level up here. And then the 15 minute. So another consolidation. I think we'll see a break here soon and new highs. Somebody's smoking upstairs and it stinks. Again, though, I'm not a financial advisor. I know nothing. Only thing I know is that I don't know. Right, Papa? Boop. Yeah, so definitely is getting sticky up here. Definitely getting sticky. It's a sticky situation. Yeah, low key is doing the same thing as like the first time it consolidated down here. So let's dig into it, right? Okay, so like we put in this support here, we're putting in a support base. Clearly there's some overhead resistance right here. And then let's look at the volume. So we got, can I make this so it's like not behind? I want to like bring it forward. I don't know how to do that. Can I like send this to the back? I don't know how to do it. Y'all are tripping me out right now, bro. Can y'all go outside? Oh, chaos. I don't know. They were just bugging. Like, did y'all hear him like panting? He's bugging. All right, so it's like, are we like petering out here? Are we tired? Are we done? Is this high day? Let's see. So 9:35. So like I was saying, when we're coming in at 10 a.m., at 10 a.m., if we're like near the day high, sometimes it'll offer like a really good short. Or like at 10 a.m., if we're near the day low, like it'll offer a good short. Okay, what was that? That was crazy. Crazy little pop. What you want to do? Okay. A high volume again here on this break. Okay, I pussied out on the first one, but this one I will not miss. Oh, I'm missing. I'm gonna put an order here. See if I can get tapped in. Nope, it's gone. Let's see if they tap your boy in. Let the trade come to you sometimes. If it knifes down from here, I'm sick. So here's what I'm looking for. I want to get tapped in down here. Stop below these lows. 2 to 1. And if I'm looking at SPY, that most likely aligns with the high over here. Let's see if I get tapped in. Now Drix is crying outside to come back inside. I like just let them out. Come on, Ka. Damn, bro. Come on, come to me. Alright, bro. I'm letting y'all in, but y'all not chilling in here, bro. Go. Damn, bro. That really sucks. That sucks. Man. See, like, now I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I wanted to get in on that initial pullback, and now, like, I'm not too sure. I'm not gonna lie. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna wait. Let me give it a second. Woof. Watch, I'm gonna take it off. It's gonna tap that shit, and then it's gonna bounce right back up. And I'm gonna be like, damn, I should have just waited. But, yeah, like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Like, now I'm not sure. Because looking at it on the 5 minute, like, look at that. That don't look pretty. That looks like a rejection. Blow. Okay. Let me see. Let me extend this little trend line that I'm in. Okay. So, interesting little pop and drop there. Blow. Good thing I took that order off, bro. I'd be sick as fuck right now. Whew. Okay. All right. We dodged a bullet there. Let's just take this off right now. We're not even worried about that no more. That was like, I feel like I was just in the Matrix and they shot a bullet at me and I just straight up like dodged that hoe. Okay, well, something I am noticing though. So look, boom, increased volume on that sell right there, but we did sell right into this support that we built, this support base that we built. So honestly, I think if we get a break of this support, like a boom, a retest of this support, and then I think we give this move back, just like that, back into this support area. Maybe it'll chop back there too. So let's see. With it being 9:40, 20 minutes before 10, I'm going to draw what I would think is the projected 1.5 opening range, which is this. I need to change the color of this. And I'm getting rid of this FVG because we haven't touched it. So for now, with what I'm seeing, that is day high, that is day low, and there's like an 80% chance that that's day high and that stays day low. So let's just see how this plays here. Still watching the 1 minute on this side. I'm gonna watch the 5 minute too, and then I have the 15 on my other monitor. So notice we came back into the support. We're bouncing. Solid bounce. Solid bounce at the support. Do we go long? What you think, chat? Do we go long? I think this looks juicy for a short. I think this is what we call a false breakout, right? Like we had this consolidation, we broke out above it, and then we got pulled right back into it. So let's see if they try to run it back up there. Okay. You know what? JK. We do have like this tiny little 5-minute FVG down here too. This little tiny thing. So I'm like, I think I'm gonna read this book again, bro, and like sharpen up the sword real quick. I mean, I still like remember a lot of it because I use it almost every day, but I think it'd be good to have it fresh in my mind again, so that like since that's all I'm using is price action and volume. How are we looking on the daily on SPY? Okay. $15-minute looks pretty interesting. It's actually overbought on a lot of time frames, all the way up until the daily. And then I like that on the 5-minute we got that. This is like an invert hammer almost, which is usually a bearish. So we'll see. It's look like it's trying to break back above this area. Okay, 15 minutes until the opening range is set. So that means that this is unless we make a new high on the day before 10 a.m., this is most likely going to be the opening range high and the opening range low. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's getting above this resistance area, but it is trying. See, it looks like it might want to do it right now. And then notice on the 5-minute here how high the volume was on that rejection candle up there. So that was high. So I'm not exactly sure what that means. Maybe that means like sellers actually stepped in. A lot of people maybe took profit up there. So we'll see. But I'm noticing that we rejected really hard, and now we're doing these little itty bitty candles right below some resistance. Okay, breaking over the resistance here again. Didn't close over it, but it is now it's over it. I want to short this shit. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not trying to convince myself to go short, but like look at this little 1 minute FVG that we're like inside of. Okay. So it's looking like it's going back up to test day high again. So maybe this isn't the opening range high. We still have 13 minutes left, so we'll see. Could be double top or not. Both these candles are pretty low in volume on the 5 minute, so that's interesting. It's definitely gonna touch day high and probably make a new one. Here it is, on the way. On the way. I got very, very close to it. Get rid of this FVG before I over confuse myself. Actually, wait a minute, that's very interesting. This was the FVG I drew here, but then price moved smoothly through it right here. So that is very interesting. So maybe now it's like an inverse FVG, right? That's what they call it, the ICT guys, IFVG. Alright, well, there's new day high, so this is not the opening range. We still have 10 minutes left. I'm still going to leave this here and just wait for 10 a.m. And once 10 a.m. rolls around, I'll redraw it. But yeah, really glad I didn't hastily try to go and short this shit. Okay, I'm going to slightly move it up to here because that could be where it is. This could be a double top. We didn't close over the day high. I'm going to get rid of this FVG here. Actually, I'm going to leave it there for just a second. But I think now I'm very, very interested in the shorts. At least down to this point, or maybe the midpoint of the day. Because look, we had that huge sell candle with the long wick, high volume. Then we have these two bullish candles with, increasing volume, but low relative to the previous one. So we just want to take note of that. So 9:51 right now, 9 minutes until the opening range is officially set. I have it drawn up right now because this is what I'm assuming to be the day high right here, or the opening range high. Yo, I'm really, really liking the short here. Respecting this little FVG. If we close below this FVG, I'm like really interested. I'll probably take it. But, you see how it's respecting it right now. Okay, well, nice. We're pushing highs again. Might make a new high. I might have to adjust this opening range again. So we'll see. It's looking like that's going to be the case for sure. Wow, it really came and respected this FVG. It didn't even close below it and then bounced off of it. Love that. I just like to see when things like work out, see if things play out. Like, it's pretty cool. Okay, so we just made a new high, another high on the day. I cannot believe the way we're like the price action is running. Like we ran yesterday. Like we fucking ran yesterday, and today, it's like happening all over again. But I will say, I think SPY is gonna get to this level I was talking about, this 691.8, and that is probably where I would really look to short for real, for real. Let me adjust this one more time. I'm just gonna keep adjusting it as we get closer and closer to 10 a.m. 7 minutes left. Death could not hold you down. Wow. I think that the volume is low up here, and I don't know. I don't know what I think. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. I didn't go long at all at any point today. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Like I saw all this. I didn't go long once. What's wrong with me? Some job you're on. What was the level I marked on SPY? Was it this one? SPY is like damn near there. Like it's almost at this level. Okay, last 5 minutes before the actual range is set. So I'm gonna watch here. I think I'm gonna take it short here, and my guess is that statistically speaking, there's an 80% chance that after the next 5 minutes, the high of day and the low of day are put in. Now, it very well could not be the high of day because we're damn near at it right now, and it could continue higher. But I think the risk to reward would be really good because I'm shorting it near the high of day, and so my stop is very clear. if we close over or push over that high of day, I will just stop out. Very, very easy. So I'm gonna draw the opening range over here on SPY too. So right now this is what it would be. That and that. So this would be the opening range on SPY if this candle stays below that previous 5 minute. If it closes above it and makes a new high, then we'll have to adjust it. But yeah. Oof, okay, I like that. I like that. Lucky for you, that's what I like. Okay. Demon just got out of can. Okay. So here we go. Okay, 3 minutes. This is the moment of truth right here. Imagine like I sniped the top. All right, I'm gonna put an order for a sell because I just don't really know if I want to get long up here. But damn, like I'm counter trend trading, so like that might be stupid. So maybe I just don't, maybe it's just no trade day. Maybe, baby. Yeah, like look at that, bruh. What's the 5 minute look like? Okay, 1 minute left of this 5 minute. Is it gonna make a new high, bro? I don't feel like, don't make me adjust the opening range again, bro. just be that. Just be that. Looks like it's entering another consolidation phase here. All right, 30 seconds. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna short up here. See if it gets me in. Okay, I just got tapped in there. So boom, entry was right there. Like I said, short stop is very obvious. If we continue over day high, I'm just gonna get out. Do a 2.5 to 1. See if we can get down to this level here. All right, I'm gonna put the stop on. Stop loss up here. If I lose, I'll lose 22 bucks. If I win, I'll make 57. Hands off. Only grab 2 contracts. it. So only thing I could see why this wouldn't work is that we have this high here that it might want to turn into support. So I think that's what I'm seeing is happening right now. And when I said that yesterday, it ended up being that ended up being the case, and then I ended up losing. But whatever, like the stop is set, TP set. If it does end up respecting that high and bouncing back up, like whatever, I'll lose $22. It's fine. And then that'll just probably be my only trade of the day. I'll just call it. Got other stuff to do. Let's see if it plays out. Part of me is like, you know what? I don't know. Just take your. I could have taken profit and made like $16 for a second. I would hate to get like wicked out and then it actually like rejects down. What does a 15-minute look like on SPY over here? Okay. Okay. Talk to me. I always loved SPY. I don't know why. Like, Qs was really cool, but I always loved SPY. Okay, so that high I was talking about, we're at it right now. We're at it. What do y'all think? Y'all think we're gonna respect that high, or you think we're gonna push down to my level? I would love to see it push down to my level, but like I said, this is counter trend trading. I'm going against a bullish trend here, so it might be harder for me to make money as I'm going against the trend. Yeah, this was looking really good for the moment. Still, it looks pretty good. I think the entry was decent here. I like that this bear bar here had a little bit higher volume than that previous bull bar, but obviously you see this nonsense going on, so I don't fucking know. Step away and do some dips back here for a moment. Wow. This is I'm not gonna lie. Like I always be like selling my trades early, and I'm doing like a pretty decent job of holding my trade right now. Part of that has to do because I'm live and I don't want to be pussy, but part of that also has me like I've just come to the realization that I'll never be profitable if I don't let my winners win. So this is where like it gets sticky though, because I'm like, well, should I like trim one? Oh, talk to me. Talk to me. Send it. Send it, brother. Brother, just send it. Okay, actually, so here's what I need to work on is moving the stop up. I probably shouldn't move it up too much. I'll just move it to break even. A little bit in profit, actually. Oh, oops. I'll move it like a little bit in profit because of slippage. Okay, but like boom, right? So we're seeing like a little increasing volume on this push down here. So that's like confirming, I believe. We just need to, okay, see, that's not what we want to see. But it's okay. So the stop is in profit. There's a risk-free trade at this point. And blow, oh my God, it didn't get me out. It didn't take me out. It just edged my exit. They're edging me. They're edging me. They're edging me. This is crazy. Okay, TP hit. Wow. Honestly, stellar performance by myself, if I say so. I'm going to give myself a pat on the back because, wow, that's what it feels like to hold your trade to opening range, bro. 1.5 opening range. This is all you need, bro. Like, I told you, 80% chance that was going to be high of day. We shorted it near high of day, stopped right above high of day, and blow. That's all we have to say. 2 contracts, $55 on the day, 1 trade. Now, if I had like a fat ass account, I could have either traded ES and I would have probably made like more than $55, or I could have traded like 5 contracts and I would have made like $250 there. So use that to kind of gauge like, okay, like this is a 2-to-1. This is a good setup because I have like a small account, it might feel small, but really like when you look at it in the grand scheme of things, if you had a large account where you could have traded 5-10 contracts, that was an easy money trade. So volume price analysis, you saw we had the increasing volume on the pull down here, so that was what led me to stay in the trade. And then, you know, they started edging my TP, which was like crazy. That actually had me a little scary. I was like, bro, because I've seen videos of dudes where like it'll edge their TP and then they get like a freaking monster candle in the other direction, get stopped out, all that. So also something I did really good there, which I haven't been doing, was moving my stop up. So normally I would have just left my stop where it was, but I was talking out loud and vocalizing my thoughts, and then I was like, oh, you know what, like I can do that. So I went ahead and moved my stop up to a little bit above break even. I'm saying above because it's like below, but a little bit above break even, so that it was like a risk-free trade. Like if that ended up happening and it like edged my TP and then freaking came all the way back up, I would have still not lost any money. I would have made like probably $2 or whatever because of slippage. But not gonna lie, we waited and we missed a lot of other really, really good setups, but we took the one that aligned with our strategy and it played out. So love that. Feeling very confident in myself after a trade like that. So I think I'm just gonna call it a day there. I think this does look good to pull back like down to the midpoint here of the day. I really do think that. It's probably going to keep selling a little bit more because from what I'm looking at on the 1 minute, we had this high volume sell. We got that low volume, little pullback, and now it's breaking this level. So I definitely think we'll probably come down into this support zone, probably touch that. So if I did have like 3 contracts or 5 contracts or whatever, I maybe could have trimmed half my position here, taking partials, and then I would have sold maybe the full one here, and that would have been like what, a 4-to-1. Yeah. So that would have been cool. That's probably what's going to happen. And then if that support doesn't hold, we'll definitely come into this support area down here, and maybe even come and respect this FVG. But man, stick to your plan, stick to your rules. That was beautiful. Today was a beautiful day. And I can walk away knowing that I respected my rules. I traded my strategy, traded my plan, and look what happens when you do that. Now, yesterday, I did still trade my plan, and so yesterday was a good day, but not a good day because I traded my plan on live, but I did take a third trade that I was not supposed to trade after, off camera. And I paid, you know, every time you make a mistake, you pay the price to learn the lesson. So now that's like burned into my brain. And it's funny because I say to myself that every time I like look for a setup after maybe taking a loss, like obviously that you always run the risk of like being even more red, right? Like you start revenge trading to make your bread back, but then like you run the risk of being even more red and like cooking yourself. So it's funny because there's like 9 times out of 10, if I'm like already red on the day and I try to like take another trade to make my bread back, I'm probably gonna be more red because like I'm not trading with mental stability. I'm trading with this distorted perception that like I just want to make my bread back. I don't want the number on my screen to be red today. And like, what kind of trader who's profitable thinks that way? Not many, I don't think. But who knows? Who am I? I'm not a profitable trader. Not yet. I was before, not at the moment. But with the psychology and the what I just did today, we're very well on our way. So yeah, I'm gonna call it today. Thankful for everybody who showed up. Yeah, much love. Y'all be safe out here. Damn, I was showing the wrong screen the whole time. I'm cooked. I was showing the screen of Spy, I think. I don't know. Or maybe my stream is just a little delayed. Whatever. Have a blessed day, y'all.